I'm waiting for Keanu. What I'm doing is waiting for Keanu because I can start.
What are you waiting for Keanu for? Keanu never does anything. You just walk right out of the thing.
Kiki and Ashley, oh whoa. Kiki and Ashley, oh whoa. Kiki and Ashley, oh whoa. Kiki and Ashley. It's the Kiki and Ashley show, and it's so long, it's so pretty, and they're getting paid for this. Kiki and Ashley show, and it's so long, it's so pretty, and they're getting paid for this. And all the dumb boys, they hate it because they're getting paid for this. And all the dumb boys, they hate it because they're getting paid for this. It's the Kiki and Ashley show, and it's all live. They're so pretty, and they're getting paid for this. Kiki and Ashley show, and it's all live. They're so pretty, and they're getting paid for this. It's all the dumb boys, they hate it because they're getting paid for this.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hello, everyone. Am I muted?
No, not at all.
Good.
We were going, this is what Kiki and Ashley do when we like have like a little production meeting in the before backstage. I say you're muted, and then I unmute her, and then she remutes herself, and then I remute her. So here we are.
Not unmuted for now. Thank you guys so much for being here, by the way.
Yay! I thought that was a pretty cute little opening. Thank you, Oscar Electric, for the lovely AIs you've made of us.
I love that one, actually.
That was pretty good. It was good. We got the orientation right. And then I did one of those strange. Are you up on the like AI songs? Because the original version of that was like, it had the "come and get your love" like thing, but I didn't
Come and get your love. No, I didn't see that
and
one.
I was like, fuck, I guess. I mean, as much as I loved that, so I just added a stupid AI song to it. So
I think it's great. I love it.
we love it. Hello, everyone. We have a rabble-rousing episode for you today. We have incomparable comedian and beautiful goddess Felicia Gillespie coming on, otherwise known as Gilly. She is backstage now. I know you're all waiting to see her and hear her and feel her. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna have girl talk. We're gonna have gossip. We're gonna have fun girly topics that also boys will like to listen to. And yeah, how are you, Ashley?
I'm doing well. It's a bit hot, so I'm like double thinking this velvet dress, but you know, it's one of my toxic traits changing too many times. So here we are, right?
Toxic traits. I tried to come up with some of mine too. We're going to ask Gilly about her toxic traits as well. Hi, everyone.
Have fun, our first guest.
I know. My gosh. It's going to be, we're going to be like Walter Cronkite. No, we're not.
It's becoming a thing for real.
Felicia's a friend of mine. She's a really great comedian. I think we have even some trauma bonding over some people that we know. So we're going to get into it and talk.
I love how I don't know anything about any of this stuff. So it can be like different ways to talk about it, you know?
Absolutely.
As I'm putting my hair up with a pencil. By the way, that's something you guys can do if you run out of a scrunchie. You can just use a pencil to put your hair.
My toxic trait is that I did not know that about a pencil. I did. I knew. But I love velvet. Yeah.
My friend from Japan told me, she's like, how do you, I was like, wait, what do you do? Because they use sticks.
Oh, wait, if I took this like Sharpie and I guess I could just like,
so you just go literally like this, bada bing. I was like, wait, what do I do? She gives me this stick. She brought it from Japan. I was like, well, what do I do? She was like, what do you mean? What do you do? Like, she looked at me like I was nuts. And I was like, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Oh my God. This is why, like, right. Oh my God.
You just go wrap it around and then put the pen in and out, like the pencil or the pen, whatever you're using, or the chopstick. Should it, if that is the case. Look, I tried to duct tape. We got to work on this speaker situation. microphone. I tried to duct tape it, Kiki. Let's get Felicia.
It's our 4th episode. We're still learning. We're getting the flow of things. So, first of all, before we bring our incomparable and wonderful and gorgeous and hilarious guest in, Felicia, Kiki Bucks are in order. I'm working on Ashley.
Wow.
You like the wow. So how about this?
I love the wow. It's like my
1
favorite thing.
We'll do 1 million Kiki coins for everyone here right now.
Wow.
And 8,500 Kiki Bucks. There you go. And if you are rude to either us or our guest, you will be getting a Kiki tax. And that's final.
And that is just that.
So without further ado, our guest is here. We're very excited to have her. She is she's a stand-up comedian, and we've done shows together before, stand-up shows. We run in the same sort of circles of people. I always enjoy watching her on all of the on the Kevi Brennan podcast. I enjoy watching her I enjoyed watching her on Karmic X today. Even so, she is hilarious. She's adorable. She is here. Without further ado, Felicia Gillespie, everybody.
Wow, what an intro.
Was it horrible? It kind of was.
It was too nice, I would say. I don't know
Oh
if I'm
my-
all of those things, but you're so sweet.
You don't give yourself enough credit.
That's right. I talk myself down all the time. So that I set the bar low for everyone else.
Is that your toxic trait?
No, my toxic trait is that if you cheat on me, I'll ruin your life.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not a toxic trait. That's a positive trait. You cheat on me, I'll ruin your life.
Depends on who you're talking to, I think.
No, right. Well, I think that's fair. Yeah, all is fair in love and war. We have a definite. We're going to get into it. Felicia is a comedian, and I obviously want to bring up the Pat Dixon thing. We have sort of we are trauma bonded through him somehow because of Gino and the fact that he, abused you and broke Gino's jaw and is just a generally terrible person. But we'll make jokes. We'll keep it light. And but first and foremost, welcome. This is Ashley. I know you guys have met.
Ashley, hello. I would like to pet your blouse. It looks so soft. Is that inappropriate?
No, that is not. I actually love that you said that. It's a really cool. It's a dress, and it's velvet. And I was saying to Kiki behind stage, I don't know, because that's my toxic trait is changing too many times before I do something. It's like, and I'm like, okay, well now it's 5:56. I guess this is what we're going with. But the sun is beating down on me, and I do enjoy natural sun. I have blinds, guys, by the way. But I like natural sun. So it is an interesting choice. But if you ever want to touch it, you're absolutely welcome to at any time. And also, I'm so happy to see you. We were on MLC for 20 or 30 minutes or something about the whole MKE debacle. And I really appreciated your energy there. So it's really cool to have you here.
Cool. Thank you. Wow.
See, I heard. I was listening to a bit of you on our dear friend. A good God, do I love Karmic X? He is just the silliest, just most genuine, lovely human being. And I heard you say there that you were like, maybe who knows? Maybe they're going to ambush me. We would never.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen here tonight.
Oh my gosh, no, never. But I want to apologize for thinking because I'd seen you and Kevin talking about going there. I don't know if we were joking or not, but when you posted I'm going to Carmix 11, I thought you were flying to Minnesota. No, I'm going on a show.
That's the funnest misunderstanding. So we were all in a group chat last night, right? And we're like, Felicia, right? And right, we've done stand-up together. I've known you for a while and we've ran in the same circles, but I I didn't even have your number. And I'm like, Gino, do you have her number? And then so I ask you for it. And then we're in a group chat and Ashley's going, so are you so excited to go to visit Karmic X?
Well, I was like, whoa, she's going to Minnesota to like the farm, to the Valley of Men. I mean, she's getting serious.
I went, how much did I miss? Like, do you really have a love connection? Like she's gonna go visit him, and Felicia, you just go, no, I'm just going on his show in the morning.
Like, are you
Yeah.
retarded? I was like,
I should have clarified. I just meant visiting in a fun way. I'm going to visit his show. I'm going to visit your show. So
well, thank you so much for being here. And we would never, I wouldn't even know how to ambush. Keanu might.
What's there to ambush you with? Nothing.
I don't know. You just never know. You never know.
So
If
just
you
rolling the dice.
So maybe I'll soften up a little bit right now.
No, it's true, of course. And
Honestly, we were talking about who the first person should be last week, and she was like Felicia. I was like 100%. We both were just immediately.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe I'm your first guest. Thank you.
yes,
Thank
exactly.
you.
And also, it's actually I feel like a fucking. It's a shame I've always thought about it. I'm like, why didn't I ever ask her just to come on my channel and hang out with me for the past 2 years I've been doing this anyway. So it's long overdue. So we're happy that you are here.
Well,
And,
thank you.
Instinct.
If
Maybe
you-
you could ask her because she didn't have like a famous older sister, and that's like what you're after.
Is that really? Yeah. Okay. Listen,
You know that we shouldn't be talking about this here, but
you're still upset because it took me a while to pay you from last week? Is that
I mean,
is
there's
it all I
no excuse. We shouldn't be doing this with our first guest here. It's rude.
Here
But
we
there's
go. This is what I came for.
Ashley, honestly, if you think that I'm having you here because of your famous older sister, that is so fucking rude.
What I'm saying is I feel like you might not have had Felicia here because she doesn't have a famous older sister.
She's famous in her own right, bitch.
That's our fake fight that we do, Felicia, every week.
Okay.
We have to have a fake.
And if anybody remembers the word that precedes our fake fight, starts with an I, we give you a prize.
Don't
Keep
give
your
them that
eye
much.
on the prize.
Wow, we got to the fake fight really early in this episode. Wow,
I just
but
felt like I had to go for it when it came to
was.
something. I forgot what it was.
it was really good. Felicia, tell me what's going on, all things comedy. So where are you next? Where are you on the road right now? Or
You know what? I think I'm working with Dave Landau at the end of this month. I don't know. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I'm working with him soon. And then I'm going to be doing, I do a lot of Midwestern shows because it's just like, I can do those and open for people and profit. But right now, in the town I'm in, I'm doing sets every single night. So yeah, I'm working on new stuff. I'm trying to get everything polished because I got a project coming up. So that's pretty much me.
Congratulations.
ooh, a
Thanks.
project. What kind
Yeah.
of project?
Well, I don't want to say because that takes all the energy out of it. It's no
Right.
I'm
fun.
gonna say, don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's no fun for me to keep it a secret here, but I have to keep that energy in there.
Oh, very good. Okay, love it. Okay, so you are on the road right now. Yeah, I
No,
get in
not
the
right
car-
now. Right now I'm at home, but I
Okay.
do the road just about every weekend. I'm on the road.
I'm on the road every weekend, starting this weekend for the like the rest of the summer. I just get in the car with
Nice.
Gino. You know how it goes. I just get in the car with Gino. I hate the way he drives, but I've gotten, I guess, used to it. He loves to do a driving street. He likes to do anything in the car but look at the road, which is always fun. And it's a stick shift. And then it'll be a baseball game on the phone, or we're going to do a stream. And then also it's whatever. So I guess we're going to Cleveland this weekend. And then, yeah, do you feel like, I feel like I'm always in goddamn Pennsylvania. I feel like I'm always in the upstate area. I didn't ever imagine that I'd be in Scranton so much. Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's the weirdest thing, but and I like the road gigs because I think it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit less. It's a little less touchy than the city sometimes, right? Do you agree as a comedian?
Oh yeah, people out there, the sort of middle of nowhere, they have sort of a better sense of humor. They're not as intelligent, and I don't mean to insult anybody. It's just true. They don't have as much artistic taste. You can't do abstract material. You have to really do like meat and potatoes type of material. But
Right.
yes, but people in the city are very well. They're younger than me in the audience, and then on the road they're older, so they just have more life experience. They've been through more stuff. They're just better laughers. In the city, you can get more creative, but yes, very touchy in the city.
And I also think that it's like some of the small towns that we go to or whatever, like, God, we go to like fire halls and shit. This is there. It would never occur to me to go to a fire hall for number one, what's a fire hall?
Thank you. I needed to know.
Number two, this small town, like this is their event that they're doing on this Friday or Saturday night. So I'm like, oh my God, like we have to give them like a good show. It's just the most bizarre thing. Cause yeah, you go to the clubs in the city too. Like you're doing comedy in a basement for 6 people and they're all asleep, or comics. Like, right. Yeah, something like that. There are great shows in the city too, but it's a weird thing. It's fun to go on the road because it's like, wow, this is how people live in the other places in the small towns. It's like, we're going to this event and this is like our huge thing for the month. Like, and I like that.
Yeah. Those crowds are, they're more realistic and they help you edit. They help you edit and they help you really bring a lot more energy. Whereas, in a more creative place, like, I don't know, some of the clubs in New York, which is, no, this is not always true, but you can explore a little bit more with those crowds. They're more patient and understanding, but at a fire hall, they're like hungry for entertainment. So you go in and you have to just bring it and don't stop bringing it. And then that'll be fine.
So are you headlining these days? Are you opening? Are you featuring? Are you hosting?
I feature and I do 2-person shows at A clubs and theaters. So I try to not do the one-nighters as much because at a certain point I feel like they're not really worth it, and I don't want to come off as like better than that. It's just that I've done them so many times. Like I've been doing comedy probably about 18 years now, so I've done so many of those types of rooms that I'm like, I already know what it is. It's no longer a challenge. In some cases, I believe it can make you worse at comedy once you surpass a certain level in your career. So I try to stay away from them, and it's better that way anyway, because once you start doing like theaters and A clubs and people who have an audience, it is more of a how do I put this? It's less like road-ish type stuff and more artistic type stuff. Right. So the audiences are just a better quality of audience as well. But yeah,
Tell me if you agree. I love the feature spot is just so much. Isn't that fun to do 15 to 30 minutes and just like murder it and before the headliner, you know what I mean? And like, I mean, you're a seasoned comedian, so I'm sure you can headline. And I bet you're working on something, and I would probably venture to say it's probably a special, and I'm just guessing. But isn't that so much fun and so much less pressure? Or do you, or how do you feel about hosting? Because that's how I kind of like started my career in comedy in the city. I'm like, I'll host. I don't care. I'll talk to these people. Like, I don't have to tell I'll tell one joke and then just shit on everybody for, 10 minutes up top. Like, I don't know. I think the feature spot is like really a fun place to be. And the headlining spot's got to be a lot of pressure. I've only done it one time. So,
yeah, headlining is tough because in the clubs, of course, you have the check drop, which is I think it's easier to go from hosting to featuring than it is from featuring to headlining, I think, in my opinion. But at this point in my career, I don't even really see a difference between hosting and featuring, except for the time you're up there, obviously. But
It's true. Yeah, you're right. That's a good way to look at it.
yeah, I mean, you do either way, you have to bring it. So people who surpass that hosting spot, I feel they're really missing out on educating themselves about something. But whatever, comedy is ever evolving. If you don't evolve, you die. So, but at this point, if I'm featuring, I already know that the host is not going to be as good as me. I'm going to have to compensate for what they lack anyway. So in a way, I'm sort of hosting, because I'm breaking them open from the tension of the first person not doing that well, and I'm also like trying to set it up for the headliner.
Yeah.
So I don't really what's messed up is always when the host is better than the feature. That's a messed up lineup.
Yeah, that
Can I
can't be
ask both
happening.
of you
Yeah.
guys a question?
Please.
As seasoned comics, when you talk about the discrepancy of the experience between like Scranton, what do you say, Scranton, Pennsylvania, or
And
somewhere
I love going on the
Midwest.
road. Right. Yeah.
right,
But
but the discrepancy between like that and like the cellar, or like places that are, a lot of people are going to be there, or people are going to be watching you, like it can probably feel challenging in a like an evolutionary way, like Felicia said, right? But sometimes maybe you just want like a chill crowd that you can make them laugh, and you can just have that creative license, right?
I look up and I don't know if you do this, like Felicia, I look up like, okay, where are we? I'm not a political comic whatsoever, but I am traumatized. I was going to ask you this, Felicia, too. I'm traumatized by this one bizarre heckle that I got where I almost passed away. It was a funeral procession after I got off of stage. Like, I look up like, okay, I have one joke that I love and I will stand by it forever. It's a gender reveal party joke, but it touches on abortion. Okay. I'm a pro-choice lady. Sue me. Okay. But like, I think it's funny enough that people can, wherever you land on that like political line, I think it's funny enough that you could at least laugh at it. This heckle I got and I'll tell you about it in a second, but I want to ask Felicia. It was, I was shocked, and maybe I was too new to say like, guess what, bitch, you're a cunt. How dare you interrupt me? But do you alter your material to where you are in the area of like in whichever, if you're doing a lot of road gigs in the Midwest, right? It's probably kind of conservative, right?
Yeah, I don't alter too much because my goal was always to have evergreen jokes that worked everywhere. That was like the ultimate goal back in the day. Now you'll alter the set as a whole, like maybe go, I'm not going to tell that joke here, or definitely going to tell this joke here. But then also, try to write some not just try to what's that, when you address the situation in the room up front, do that as well,
right?
But just in the room or in the town, but I don't adjust too much. But can you tell us? I want to hear what the heckle was.
Oh my god,
Yeah, what was the heckle?
You'll die. Okay, there's a joke I have. Okay, it was a country club in, of course, Pennsylvania.
Scranton or nearby?
It wasn't even Scranton. It was in Pennsylvania, and I was featuring, and it was like they put me up in the bridal suite of this country club, so there's no leaving. Like, you cannot leave, and this was these people's night. I did 20 minutes. I was supposed to do I think my time was 30 minutes. I get to 20 minutes. Killed. They love me. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. This is sort of maybe not a small town joke, but I have a joke about where gender reveal parties, I compare them to, I'm like, we should come up as a pro-choice woman. We should do something I like to call a decision reveal party. It's where you invite your family and friends over and you reveal whether you're having an abortion or not. Okay. It could be cute. You get the box, you fill it with balloons, except this time it's like this: white balloons, we're pregnant; black balloons, we are no longer pregnant. Like won't go through the whole joke, right? But then I go to a part where and at the gender reveal where you cut into the cake, it's either pink or blue on the inside. At the decision reveal, it's like this: we're having the baby birthday cake, we're having an abortion, red velvet. If it's cookie dough cake, it's retarded, whatever. Like, there's a woman, okay, and everyone's laughing. Everyone is laughing, but there's a town lunatic. She stands up, raises her hand, and says, "That's shitty." I mean, and it was like a fully lit room, okay? And there's a part I won't tell you that touches on a miscarriage, right? All right, I'll tell you. And like, if it's angel food cake, she miscarried. Everybody go home. At that point, she stands up. That's shitty. And I didn't know how to even respond. I'm like,
I feel like that might have been more about the angel cake. Like maybe she loves angel cake, right?
no, I think I went, did you have a miscarriage? It was the worst thing I've ever said. Like, I didn't even know how to recover. And then I got off stage and I walked straight to the bar to get a White Claw. And there was a man sitting there with a glass of whiskey. And I'm like, he's like, "That was my wife." And I went, "I'm so sorry if I offended her." He said, "No, you were pouring your heart out up there and she just had to fucking ruin it. She does this all the time." I'm like, "Oh my God, well, thank you. I'm glad you get it." And then she comes up to me after and she says, "You don't tell those kinds of jokes in this town." And I said, "Might I recommend, if you're going to be offended, not going to a comedy show?" And then her husband's just like, "Can we please smoke another cigarette?" I'm like, "Your husband," I did say, I was like, "Your husband liked it. So fuck you."
There you
That's
go.
awesome.
No, that's my one like controversial joke. Like, I'm not a clean.
They're still fighting about that. They probably got a divorce by now.
Honestly.
Those
Jeez.
moments are great because they do, like, immediately you're like, what should I have said? What should I have said? And you just start writing, and then you go, next time if that happens, I'll have this. And you start imagining every possible scenario.
Yeah.
Where someone is offended by this, and then you feel like ready. And also those moments, they're embarrassing. You feel terrible when they happen. And because I'm sure when you said, "Did you have a miscarriage?" people were kind of like just staring, right? They didn't laugh. They just got uncomfortable.
It's just the whole vibe of the room was like, great. Everyone's laughing. Yeah, okay. We took a gamble with this joke, but everybody's still laughing. This woman took the time, the town lunatic, to stand up and just like say that. And now, like, I mean, that was years ago. So I would probably be like, "You know what?
Yeah.
Suck my dick." Like, are you serious? You're an abortion. All right. Like,
Right.
I wish you had been miscarried. Like, I would have probably been more confident and said something like that, but I didn't. And oh my God. And then the day after, right, like I said, we were being put up at this country club. So
In the bridal suite.
The bridal suite. So I'm there alone. I'm calling Gino. I'm like, I want to jump out the window. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself. The next day I go to like the main house. They're like, "Come on over." They have the set playing. The booker was playing my fucking set. They're like, "This is the part where it all went wrong." I'm like, I'm going to throw up. Like, I will die. I will die.
That's amazing.
It was horrific. Oh God.
Eventually you just get so hard. See, that's what's great about those towns. You get so hardened and build such a thick skin that you're at that point, you're ready for anything. So if a woman stands up, you're just like, "Great, now what?" Instead of like, "Oh my God, well, what do I do?" You're just like, "Fucking now what?"
Yeah, what? Really, lady? My God, I would have been so fucking proud of that whole fucking thing, except this woman had to fucking, like her husband said, she just had to fucking ruin it.
Did everybody in the crowd know each other? Was it one of those?
I mean, there were 100 people there. They all seemed very familiar. And
Okay.
another like 5, 6 other people came up to me afterward. They're like, we do know her and she's just a bitch. She's always like this. Like, don't worry about it. We loved you. I'm like, thank you, because I want to die. But
Probably nothing even happened to her. She's like that type of a bitch where she's like, I'm just going to stand up and defend other people who've gone through this, who I don't even know, like a Karen or something.
right.
So yeah, if you would have gone in on her a little bit, not hard right up front, because then you'd probably lose the crowd. But sometimes in those situations, you just ask a little bit more question, like slow it down just a little bit to figure out, and then you find that pocket of gold, and then you find out like, oh, this is, and then you hit them, and the crowd would have been so on your side because so many people told you she's a bitch.
Right. My toxic trait, how about this, is that I try and make everyone happy. And that is not a fucking, that it's not, you cannot do it.
It
You
literally is
cannot.
impossible.
It's literally impossible. Yeah. Other than my other toxic traits, but I there's nothing, you have to tell yourself, like, not everybody is going to love your every single thing that you say, but like, you would hope that they wouldn't stand up and say, fuck you, I'm offended. Right.
Yep.
But
You have to tell yourself, everybody who doesn't like this, they're wrong. Like, even if they're right, they're wrong. Like, you know when they're right. You know when it was your fault that something didn't go over.
oh,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Most of the time they're wrong.
It's very true. Do you have a horrible heckle moment?
Oh God, I probably have so many. I guess there is one. It's not too bad, but I've had people stand up and say things, and it's very uncomfortable. And obviously the way I used to handle it was like go back in my shell, and then the
Right.
audience feels bad. Now they're like, oh great, it's uncomfortable. We hurt her feelings, and then you eventually get
Right.
over that, and you learn how to handle it with more poise. But I do remember this was very early on, maybe year 2, like 2.5 years in. I was performing at a club. I was opening for Bill Burr, and it was packed. And it wasn't this is back when they did 3 shows on Saturday, so it was an 11 p.m. show on a Saturday. Rowdy crowd. I tell the manager, because I'm stupid and he was stupid, so I'm like, hey, do you care if I just like experiment up there? And he's like, we don't care, do what you want. Should have never told me that. And so I'm up there just kind of being like all loose and weird, and then this guy just yells out, she sucks. And I just like it made me like freeze. It was like, fight, flight, or freeze. I froze, and I was like, I had no idea what to do. And
It's jarring. You're like, wait, whoa.
Was that
Yeah,
like
but-
more in the beginning of your career, or like more?
oh yeah, that was only 2.5 years in. Yeah, very early on. And then I just like continued my set very quietly and shyly, like I'll just finish my time and get out of here.
Right, because then now you're inward, and now you feel self-conscious, right? And typically, because of like, I've hosted so much, like I'm great, like talking back with people. I hate when the boy run media, I like to call it, the boy run media comics like to tell you that, oh, crowd work, that's just a crutch. No, I loved, people like to be talked to. I enjoy doing that. I just didn't expect, like, I guess at that time, for a woman to stand up in the middle of a country club and say, that's shitty. I just didn't, I wasn't prepared for it. I guess I would be now. But so Ashley, when are you starting comedy?
That's funny. But I did want to ask you if either of you had like a go-to response. It's kind of difficult. I think Felicia said one, like, I don't know how you would respond to someone being like, she sucks. But when somebody addresses you like, that's shitty, and like they're talking to you, do either of you guys have like a go-to thing that you say at this point?
No. It's a case by case basis. And if somebody stood up and yelled that, it just depends, because sometimes something comes out of your mouth before you even think about it that just crushes. I've had that happen a couple times and surprised myself. And then other times you don't have anything, and then you go, let me just hold on. Let's just slow the situation down. And then, let me use some
Like
comedic
find gold if you can.
Let me be a samurai here a little bit, use some comedic martial arts and flip judo switch this up, because that's so wildly inappropriate for somebody to stand up and shout that everyone is kind of already on your side, and it is building tension. And that's something I learned. It's like, you don't have to bust that tension right away. You can let it sit. And the more it sits, as soon as if something comes to you, then the bust is gonna be even bigger.
Right.
So not to be so
I
sexual,
love that.
but, yeah.
It's ironic because I'm holding this duct tape microphone right now, which we'll get to. But one of my favorite things I ever heard a comic say when being heckled was, I'm the one with the microphone, like so calm. I'm the one with the microphone in my hand. Can you please shut the fuck up?
I guess I have done like, this is about me. Could you? Yeah, but I know you're trying to get something out, but like,
The comedy place is not paying the person in the audience to scream. They're paying the person with a microphone in their hand.
That's
Yes.
very true. Very true. Very true. Let's read some super chats. Woohoo! Tom Myers, thank you for the $10. Ashley Cummings and Felicia Gillespie on the same stream. Fuck yeah! Here you go. Split this between the two. Well, thank you,
Tom Myers.
Spellbound Bear. Thank you for the
Love you,
$13.99.
Marcus.
Same team right here. We love your man bun. Do we? I think we do. That's a debatable topic. Man bun or to not man bun. I'm in favor. Nice podcast, stupid. Thank you for the $1.99. Felicia, do you think Chad and Swartzen kiss on the mouth?
I don't.
Yeah.
They just go straight to it. I don't think there's any makeout session beforehand. I think it's just
no foreplay at all.
No foreplay. I don't want to be too vulgar.
Very Brokeback Mountain. Not even.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
And then they go in dry, which is not safe. But that's funny. Push-ups. Thank you for the $2. How crazy was Pat's Adderall addiction? Good question.
I think we all saw that, the results of it, and we've seen a lot of the results of it. So
if you don't mind talking about it, sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead, Kiki.
No, I have queued up. As long as you don't mind seeing the infamous punch video again, Felicia,
Sure.
as you were there. Ashley hasn't seen it, so
I haven't seen it, and I wanted to ask, if you wanted to talk about him, because I don't know much about him at all. But I've heard, I think on that same episode or a different episode with Kevin, you mentioned he did bad things to you, he was not nice.
I have talked about it a lot, and I'm extremely happy he seems to have stopped talking about
left
me.
you alone. Oh, okay.
I am very happy about that. I hope it doesn't backfire and make him start again. So because of that, I have no reason to I have no reason to go over everything I've already said again, because
I feel you on that.
That keeps it going. And hey, I'm
right.
I'm so glad that he's moved on, and there you go.
Yeah,
but I don't mind watching the video.
And stuff.
If you guys want to talk about it, that's fine with me.
Kind of bye, Felicia, right?
No, bye, Dixon. Yeah, he's in his own prison of awfulness.
Same thing.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if we get to it. Well, Johnny Chopsticks, thank you for the $5. Felicia, the hair thing makes you want to throw Ashley down. What? Felicia, the hair thing makes you want to throw Ashley down a well. True or false? And don't lie this time.
Time. Well, I don't know what I've lied about in the past. She's very poised today. I think she looks magnificent. Yeah, so she's not doing it. But sometimes, you get on a stream, you see yourself, you're like, fuck, I gotta fix this shit, and I don't want to. This is going down on the internet forever. I can't have this flyaways.
No,
I
it's
needed a haircut
distracting.
for like a solid month too. So I'm just like, yeah, I guess it's fine.
I distract it. I have to. It's very distracting. And when I first started streaming too, Felicia, I'm sure you understand too. It's like just all I want to do is touch my hair. I don't know why. It's like just like a nervousness or something. But yes, we understand, Johnny. No one's going down a well. Enjoy your Kiki tax.
Also,
here.
do the drinking game. They talked last week, like, let's take a drink every time Ashley plays with her hair. Just do that. Calm down.
Make fun of the touching of the hair. You get this.
How dare you?
There you go. No one's going down a well. Flimsy Greenberg, thank you for the $2. Here's $2, Ashley. Do the money dance. Who or?
I'm getting paid. We're getting paid. We're getting paid after this. Can we get Kevin? He's so funny when he does.
I'm getting paid after this, so it's not a.
He's a ridiculous human. I love it. Ozone, thank you for the $9.99. I don't like that everyone assumes Chad is getting plowed by Swartzen. Is it so
with no lube?
With no lube, he goes in right just dry, that means they're not gay. Gay people, like, they know what they're doing. Like, my gay brother says all the time, he's like, straight people have no business doing anal. They don't know how. They think it's like a frat bro, like thinking like it'll be sexy just to like shove it in, and it's dangerous and it should not be happening. So I do imagine
something people should know that they don't know.
I said when I turned 30, my anal days were behind me, and I've stuck to that.
Literally, yeah.
Yes, literally. Thank you. I've stuck to that because I'm like, I have no business. There's no reason to do it. Right. I'm not a gay person. And
meanwhile, I'm gonna start mine at 43 now. Let's go.
I'm done with like telling the boys like, oh yeah, no, I like anal. No,
I'll take over your anal.
Right. Okay. Ashley's here for it. Just lube up if you do. Is it so impossible to believe that Nick genuinely thinks Chad is funny? Ladies, what's your take? I think Chad has a lot of foibles, but maybe I don't. Every time I've actually ever been around Chad, I enjoy his company. It's just the things that he does when he's like,
talking.
When he speaks.
I don't know him at all, but I've literally yet to hear, like, does he have jokes? Like, is he funny? Like, it's mostly just, I don't know. And I used to kind of think because he was friends with my sister and that he was a nice guy. I like to tell myself that people are kind or nice, and I need to stop doing that. We talked about that last time, but just the way Chad flexes without even thinking, I thought I was impulsive, and I'm working on that, right? But it's like, it's insane. But I don't like, sorry if I jumped in, but I don't think he's funny, and I can't think of one funny thing that he does.
And you know what? I guess I really don't. I couldn't tell you a joke of his. But
I can tell you one. Him making fun of me for asking for money when he is himself.
He has said some like horrific, and he's done some like horrific things and said some horrific things about a friend of mine, Chrissy, which gives me pause. But like in person, he's just a normal human being. So I guess that's like the internet thing of him trying to be like, I got to get some views and do something crazy, which is not, it's like, it makes me feel unwell. Like,
the funniest. So everyone, we all make fun of our microphone, my microphone, including myself. Him on a live stream like 3 weeks ago. Ashley fucking Cummings sucks. That stupid fucking cunt. You don't put in any time. You don't put any energy. Meanwhile, I've never pretended to, but his whole microphone, like you can't even hear him speaking. I bought a microphone. I do downloads. Like, and people are messaging like, your microphone, your audio. My audio's fine. Ashley fucking Cummings. What the fuck? That was funny, actually.
He's
Right.
the mud shark. Yes, this is his thing. This is what he does. He's also like an old school radio guy. So I think he's more I don't know what. I didn't really know too much about Chad. I knew of his name because I'm from Pittsburgh. He's from Cleveland. So I always heard his name coming up in comedy. Never met him. So I'm not familiar with all of the stuff that he's done on MLC or on his show kind of before I showed up. Like once I showed up, I feel like that's when he started doing his redemption arc a little bit. So I've only seen the improved Chad and Ozone. Everyone's joking about the gay thing. Obviously,
Right.
Nick-
Wait. No, I didn't even know this, but like, I think anybody with a brain stem could assume that they're not fucking each other.
No, they're not.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and you know what? If they are, good for them. Just use lube. But I hate that they have to hide their gayness if they are gay together. But I think that mostly it's just a trolly sort of joke. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody at Nick Swardson's status wants a bad comedian in front of him because I'm sure the ticket price, he's playing theaters, the ticket
Unless
prices
you're fucking them in the ass, am I right?
right.
That's not good. That was bad. But no, right. So it's like he's a good feature, apparently. He's done some questionable things. And he starts, like you said, old school radio stuff. I mean, I think that that's a very kind thing of you to even say about Chad, but it's about, causing a muck, causing like drama. It's like reality TV, I think that's
His
what you're
whole
saying
thing of
about-
like complaining and whining all the time, that's him playing into his whole causing drama thing.
He'll just like email people in the middle of the night and say like horrific things just so that like maybe somebody will not to me, just or the whole Kumia country thing, right? He like fell into a puddle of oil after he got punched in the face, and then he blamed it on like he said that some Anthony Cumia fans followed him and punched him in the face. And it's ridiculous and completely unbelievable, but he is known to just come up with these lies. It's like you were drunk, you got into a fight outside of a fucking Tampa bar, and you
Hot
tripped
take.
into a
It could
puddle
have been
of
one of
oil.
the vets getting vengeance or revenge from the YMCA, right? Or the liquor store owner that he stole a bottle
Oh my
of
God, the
Tito's from.
liquor
I
store
mean,
is
why does he assume it's Anthony Cumia's people?
He's a protege of Kevin
Right.
Brennan, and that's kind of Kevin's thing. Kevin is known for doing
It's true.
maybe not to that extent, but some stuff like that.
Kevin is good at starting a feud, and he's very funny at doing it. It's not like it, I don't know. Even when Kevin has said like the most heinous shit about me, right? He has said the most heinous shit about me, but I've known him for years. And Gino and I say it all the time. We can't not like him. We just can't not. He is wildly entertaining and good at what he does. How did you end up meeting him, Felicia? Was it like a compound thing? Because you used to do Gino's show, but I think that was probably when Kevin was gone. Yeah.
I met him twice. I met him first at one of the secret shows at the house during lockdown. He was headlining, and I was so excited because I've been watching his stand-up since I was in high school. And I always thought his stand-up was hilarious and he stood out. So I was like, oh my God, I've never been able to see him live. So he's at the show and I'm like, I'm going to meet him, and I even told Pat, because Pat didn't want me talking to anybody. And I just didn't, I was like, I am going to go up to him and say hello. So that's where I met him briefly. And then later on, he came and did a guest spot on Pat's show at the Comedy Cove, and that was fun. So I, met him there again, and then after everything happened, all of the weird stuff happened. I pretty much reached out to him, and I was like, "Hey, I'd love to do your show sometime if you want to have me on." And he did, and then he just like kept having me on. So.
Yeah, it's actually how I met Gino. It was like I was doing a podcast I was the co-host of Do you know Alan Fuchs?
No, I just know the name.
Yeah, he had it was like when I first started comedy, basically, and he made me the co-host of the Week in Sex podcast, right? And he's like, we're gonna go do Kevin Brennan's show at Compound Media, and I said, okay, like I don't what, who is that? What is that? And then I looked him up. I'm like, oh, it's all right, and that is. From then on, that's the first time I met Gino and started doing shows there. So like, I guess Kevin has his foibles as well, but like, I guess I have a soft spot because he would hate to hear that I think he's actually a good man. He's like, no, I'm an asshole. Fuck you, Kiki. Fuck you, you whore. Like, right. He would probably say that publicly, but I think he's actually, not a bad person and really good at what he does.
Yeah, I wish I would have met him a lot earlier, but I'm still happy to have been associated.
Here he
This
is.
sort of record is the best time I've ever had in my life.
The good old days. The good old days.
I like how he has his pinky up in there, like very like.
I was on the iconic episode where it was me and Alan, and he invited us on the show, and he was like protesting. He wasn't going to say anything that day. He was pissed off. He was starting a feud. He's like, I wanted to be fired, so I just decided not to say anything. You'll have to go back and look it up, all of you. Like, I think me and Kevin just watched it. I look like Snooki in it. That's how young I was. It was bizarre. But let me read a couple more of these. Yeah, so
Snooki, that was a throwback.
God, I really did. We didn't know.
It made me wonder, like, what's Snooki up to right now? Like, where is she? How is she?
Oh my God, the Jersey Shore people, they're fucking thriving still. Like, I just watched a whole podcast with The Situation on it.
Oh my God, this situation. Wasn't he called The Situation because of his six pack or something?
Because he was a drug dealer and he was evading his taxes. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But Rhinoceros. Hi, Rhinoceros. Felicia felt like Pam Bondi explaining why there's no EPSTN files.
I don't even. This is over my head. I am not sure what any of this means.
Mine too. This is why you have
ESP or EPS? Oh,
I don't think I've
Epstein files.
Right. I don't have. I don't think I've commented on that.
We wanted to talk about it.
I know.
But we can't talk about it, right, Kiki?
Well, we can. Okay, yeah. Actually, let's talk about it a little bit. But let's read these first. Gilly, Chad or Carmex? Ashley, do you miss MKE hands?
Okay. What is it? Chad or Carmex? Like to have sex with, or it depends. What do you mean? I mean, if you're overall,
fuck, marry, kill. What are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
All right, we'll do a fuck, marry, kill. Chad, Carmex, Kevin Brennan.
Can't answer this.
Chad, Carmex, MKE. Which one's better?
I can't answer that. But okay, between Chad and Carmick, I mean, I'm interested in Carmick. I'm interested in that guy. I'm curious about that guy.
That's really cool. I think he's a cool dude. I wasn't sure if you were like being, you know what I mean? I think he's a very cool and talented person.
Yeah,
I like him. I love him.
My take on him is that somebody needs to investigate that. And I think I'm the perfect person for the job. I have a lot of experience with strange men. I have an education, a full education.
In the Valley of Strange.
In the Valley of Strange, though?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the bottom.
Experience in the Valley of Strange.
He just seems like such he's genuine and like sweet and authentic. Okay, Ashley, fuck, marry, kill. Chad, Carm, Kevin Brennan.
That was for Gilly, not me.
You have to answer. Everyone
Here comes the fake fight.
I know this would be the time.
Well, obviously, I think you have to kill Mr. Kill Everything, right?
No, not a part of it, but I'll accept the answer.
Hey,
sure.
I can't because and it's either marry Carmax or marry Chad? Like, come on.
This is the correct answer. I'll answer.
You answer.
You have to. Who's the richest? Probably Kevin. Gotta marry Kevin.
Oh, I thought it was with MKE, Chad, and Carmax.
No, Kevin, Chad, and Carmax. You gotta have sex with Carm because who's genuine? He's lovely. And then Chad would understand you killing him for all that he's done. So that is the correct answer. Yeah.
Chad
That's
would
the
understand.
Scorpio brain on point. Good job.
There you go. So that is the correct answer to that question, everyone.
But it always makes you feel very tentative to say you would marry a man that's married because that feels rude, you know?
Okay, well, in a different world where he wasn't married. Yes,
Oh.
exactly. Yeah. It also, right. I can't imagine having sex with Kevin Brennan, but married people other than me and Gino don't have sex. So that's the correct answer. I was Ray's college roommate. What an interesting name. Carmex, Pat, MKA are vigorously whacking off to their ladies, unable to complete the task, whilst Gino is in a drunken stupor somewhere in Harlem. He's nude in the bed right now. He's dead asleep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I hate that I just said that he was nude. I couldn't
Well, I
have
think
done
men
that.
sleep naked more than women. I was just thinking about that. I never sleep naked.
You know what? He is the most I've never seen a man like be so okay with their nakedness. He's just constantly, he thinks it's so funny. He'll
It
be
reminds me of that Seinfeld episode when she was naked too much. Remember? Did you guys see that one? Like,
I have not, but that's Gino, 100%.
like he's like, she's so hot and she's so beautiful, but when she like squats down and like there are some things that she's doing that aren't very cute. Naked.
It's like, I'm like, can we have one shred like mystery in our marriage? Like, why are you naked?
Yeah,
Like,
and then he puts on some flip flops. He's like, "Here you go."
yeah, and he thinks that's funny. I'm like, haha. I go, hello, Mr. Wiener. It's like a thing we do. I'm like, great. He goes, hey, hun, I was just looking for something. And then he's just completely nude. And it does make me laugh, but I would never be so confident as to just be walking around just like making people laugh with my nakedness. I don't know.
You have to
Shout out to my
booby.
former OnlyFans. I don't know.
You
But-
have to booby trap the apartment and make it not as safe. That's what you have to do in order to correct this problem.
I was gonna say, do you guys have guest visit and stuff? This could be a very like if you had a niece or a nephew, this could get dangerous.
No, right. Well, like he knows not to take his clothes off when we have guests over. But the
That's
notion
a
of
good thing. At least we got that going for us, right?
I do find it endearing. It's just the confidence on this man. That's what I've always loved about him.
I'm
Like,
sorry, I think it's most men. Do you think it's just your husband?
have you ever had like I don't know. I've just
I
never
just think
been
that
with
men
a
are
man
so
that's like,
unhealthy.
hello, I'm nude. Hey.
I just think men more than women have such a, and this can feed into what we were going to talk about with body image and stuff if you want, but overall, I think more men are so, and I'm shout out to all the men, but overly confident about themselves. Like we wake up and we're like, doing whatever we do, right? Men just
Right.
wake up and they're like, looking great,
Yeah.
per usual,
Let's
naked or not.
let's seize the day. I
Exactly.
love the booby trap situation. I'm gonna put like a bear thing in here
There
somewhere.
you go. Set a couple of mouse traps and put them on the countertop. That
Like,
way,
for
when he's
example-
Right at dick level. Like,
Yes.
What are you gonna do with the mousetrap? Sorry, I had a thought in my head.
we're gonna put booby traps around for Gino's nude body.
Wait, how does this train him though? How does this train him, Felicia?
I don't mind
How does
when
it
he
train him?
Oh, he's got to be. He'll put on some clothes. He'll be like, "Oh, I can't get some of those really rough sequined pillows, throw them around a little bit."
that won't stop him whatsoever. He's just like
Oh.
he just thinks it's well. Also, yeah. I mean, he doesn't typically always sleep naked. We might have had relations before the show. Sorry
There
for
you
being
go.
late. That's my toxic trait.
There
Anyway.
you go.
But like, yeah, he just thinks it's funny to be like, hey, anyway, did you about the next podcast? And he'll be naked. And I'm just like, this would be so inappropriate if you were someone's boss. That would not be good. But
Or like just naked with a headband, right?
oh my God, I can't tell you. I can't unsee it. It's ingrained in my brain. He's
Does he have a matching headband down there, like on the little, just the little San Diego Chargers thing that slips right on?
a nice
Like a little socky, little socky guy.
Felicia, I have to make him a dick headband.
Yes, you do. If it's gonna be out, I mean,
A little Chargers little dick headband. I'm like, if it's
Like
gonna
a
be
little
out,
belt, he could carry his phone or something.
yes, it's great. I made him seem like a nudist. He's not. I do see him nude a lot.
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him.
Oh my God. I'm so glad he's like drunk and passed out because he would be so interrupting right now, like going, I love you and I like being naked. And I am so glad I have to make him a dick headband. That'll be just absolutely adorable. Oscar Electric, thank you for the $5. There are all different levels of funny. On a scale from 1 to 10, Chad is a 3. If Chad was so funny, why is he so broke? Cardiff Electric is a solid 9. We love Oscar Electric. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know what? And I guess I find Chad entertaining. I don't know how funny he is, but very good point. Yeah. Nice podcast, stupid. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Hey Kiki, would you let Gino go on the road with Swartzen? If they used lube, absolutely. That's fine. Don't want anything happening to anyone that's not safe. Rhinoceros, thank you for the $9.99. Can we all agree that Kevin Brennan is Lindsey Graham's side piece? No wonder the dude is pissed. I love
so funny. I was like, dude, I don't have makeup on. Like, I wanted to just go on without, like, just my voice. He's like, look at me. Like, I'm like, Kevin, you're a 68-year-old man. I'm like a 43-year-old woman. Like, this is not.
Right. He's telling you, like,
he's like,
don't
look
worry
at me, look at my neck, like, look at my face. I'm like, yeah, but it's different. We're not.
He's telling you not to worry about how you look. Exactly. Right.
And also, like, you're legitimately funny, and part of it that is like, I feel like you're aesthetic sometimes, you know.
It's different for a girl, right? When you look good, you feel good. We can't all just wake up and walk around with a headband around our dick and ask the world. Like,
they want you to have your head in the game, though. It's a very intense, high focused, show. So if I think he also he's tapped into everybody. So if you're like moving and stuff, he gets easily distracted and has to call it out. And then that kills the momentum of the thing. And
of course,
that's my guess.
And I when I watch things back, and if I'm like distracted by something, or like I do this with my mom all the time, right? And I'm like, since I introduced her to like I like set up on her like system where the chat is and she can look at it. I'm like, eyes up here, Michaeline, that they all love you. All right. We've established that. She's like, oh, hi. I'm like, it's like I'm chopped liver. It's very distracting. I'm like, look up here. She's like, she won't let me look at the chat. So yeah, it's like if you're distracted by like how you look or something, I get for the host of the show to be like, stop it. Huh? Jack Brennan, thank you for the $20 super chat. With all due respect, women can't do comedy. Okay, suck my dick, enjoy your Kiki tax. They can be comedic actresses like Madeline Kahn, but they are not funny solo. Also, I'd like to stack you three atop each other and sample the goods like an appetizer. God bless. Well, all right.
Thank you for the $20. Wow.
maybe you know what? Not it's not women
Wait,
can't do
what would that
comedy.
even look like? A stacked?
Well, I would be on the bottom, clearly. I
Stop. We
I
were talking about that, Felicia.
yeah,
Like,
I'm on the bottom because I weigh the most.
Oh no, right? You
How?
weigh
Wait,
200
first of all, how
pounds.
tall are all of we?
200. Well, Ashley, you're like really tall and thin. Kiki's thin and probably shorter than Ashley, so Kiki's got to go on top, I think.
What in a pyramid? I think you know what will. So or does he want us stacked like
Yeah.
I'm
this?
trying to think about
Yes,
the point of
stacked.
insertion. So if we're stacked, like lying down, is that the idea? It goes from Kiki to Ashley, if that's how we're doing it.
Right.
Kiki to Ashley to Felicia, but
Mhm.
we're just conveniently stacked for
him
the
to sample the
nice
goods.
buffet.
insert.
A nice buffet or
Yeah.
like
I've just
spread. Like,
never heard of that.
what
Or
a
we
thing
could be
to
stacked.
say.
Wait, we could be stacked on our stomachs, like in the old days.
But my anal days are behind me. I told you.
No. It wouldn't be anal. I'm just saying in the old days, kings.
In the old
used to-
days?
the old days that I wasn't there for. Kings used to only sleep with their wives, which were usually 40 years younger than them, like turned around in this. You guys saw Game of Thrones, turned around in this like specific position. It wasn't anal, but it was like not pleasurable for her, I'm sure.
Oh wait, so like, just like I don't mind that position, but I'm so Jack Brennan, you super chat in and let us know what.
Yeah,
what
Jack, you got to tell us more.
do you got? I don't mind that position where you're like on your stomach and like, but you're not like on your knees. It's not anal. It's like you're just it's from that way. I don't mind that, but I had a boyfriend, and we're going to talk about bad boyfriends, like Kevy says we should. Here's a bizarre thing about this boyfriend. He loved that, but he would only he loved that position, but he would say to me, knew he wanted to have sex if he wanted me to pretend to be asleep or pretend to be looking at my scrolling through my phone, like I'm not even paying attention to what's going on. And something about it was hot.
Yeah.
But
it's
also
hot.
I'm like, can we never look each
Tell
other in the eye?
anyone?
Like he's like, why don't you take a nap, baby? Like, you just take a nap. And I go like, and then I would have to go like, so then he would like start like hooking up with me, and I go like, I'm sleeping. Oh my gosh, I told you I was sleeping.
Tired.
And it was sort of hot, but not every time. It's like I have to pretend I'm sleeping, or he'd be like, why don't you go play on your phone? Or I'm like looking at TikTok and I have to pretend I'm not being entered. That is the weirdest fucking thing.
It's hot if it starts that way and then you guys both get into it. But if like you start to get into it and he's like, shh, go. No,
Yeah, go back to bed.
That's
Go back to
weird.
bed. Shh,
That's
go back to your
weird.
phone. That is creepy.
Why don't you go back and edit your podcast, baby? Like while I enter, I'm like, eventually it got monotonous. It's like if you need that, then that's not a me problem. That's a you problem.
Yeah.
So wow, that got heavy and very sexual. We love it. Copeland,
We love it.
thank you for the $2 super chat. Ashley, what class of drugs are you reliant on? That's rude. And
All of them.
all of
I don't
them.
know. I don't even know drug classes. Can you inform me about that?
5. Thank you for the $1.99.
I like the 1s and the 2s and the 3.
KB said you 3 should do shows together about your terrible exes. We just were talking about that. I guess for
Well, can I tell a bad boyfriend story that directly relates to what you just shared?
please.
So an ex of mine was like, it's a thing that people, and I have to be careful how I say this, I guess, that women want strangers. It's like a thing and I'm like, have you done this? Like, how do you even know about this? Want strangers to come in their house and them.
Mm-hmm.
So they leave the key outside.
Oh.
But it's like, I guess you guys talk about, I don't even know how it all goes down, but I'm
So like a home invasion fantasy.
but like a pre-planned mocked one. And I'm like, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know. The first thing I thought was like, first of all, how do you know about this? But second of all, like, doesn't that, it feels like something that's very connected to like a traumatic situation. It doesn't really feel that sexy. Like,
And
I don't
also,
know.
like, that's
Maybe
like
it
a
could be.
female fantasy. A male should not.
Dude, that's what I thought. I was like, what women are like going on Reddit or Craigslist? Like, key's gonna be under my mat. Here's my address. Like,
Wait.
pretend you're breaking in. What?
So Ashley, you had an ex that he wanted to break in, or
He knew about it. Like, he explained to me. He was like talking about dominance or something, and like male dominance. And he was like, that's why like this is such a big thing. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not a huge thing. I'm pretty sure you do some weird things on the internet, mister.
it's like about like, oh my gosh, like losing control, and like that's like why CEOs always have like, they want to be like spanked and poured like wax and like have
Well, I
wax.
don't know. I thought about it. I'm like, it could be one of two things. You could be reliving a trauma that happened to you, which is literally a form of healing trauma, but I think it's the least effective way. Like, that's what they did with our vets for years and years and years. They took them back to the places that traumatized them to try to heal the PTSD. And I'm like, like, instead of now, people are smarter and doing things in different ways. But so it could be like reliving it. If someone was like, I'm going to heal my experience with this, like maybe because there is a version of that being a way to do it, to go through it and know you're safe. And then like,
But that doesn't
go-
make any sense. Wait. So this man, you would leave your keys outside, and he would come in, and you
I've
would.
never done this, Kiki. I'm just
I thought
imagining how it went down.
I thought you were
Apparently,
saying. I thought you were saying an ex of yours had
no,
this.
no, he was telling me it was a thing. He was explaining like male dominance and like how like women really want to be dominated, and hence that's why this is a thing. Women are like all over Reddit and Craigslist wanting men to come in and pretend to, violate them or whatever. And I'm like,
The men come in, but that has to be something that the woman wants. If a man
no,
goes,
that's the thing.
yeah.
He's saying that a woman wants it, like a pretend
Oh, right. That's what
violation,
I'm saying.
a planned pretend violation. And yeah, why wouldn't men want that either? By the way, good question.
If it's a real, it's a real
Why would it
red
be a
flag.
gender-specific thing?
If your boyfriend or your slam piece goes, here's what I want you to do. Do you want to play a fun game? I want you to pretend I'm breaking into your house and fucking violate you. And I'd be like, no, the woman has to bring that up. Like, I guess it could be like or like you meet at a hotel bar in a wig or something. Like, it's still traumatic or something, but I guess it can be sort of sassy. But if a man says, I want you to do this for me, baby, I want to pretend.
Yeah, no, that's next level weird. I mean, your guy, I think it sounds like he tried to keep it like G-ish or PG-R-ish rated.
Oh my god. Yeah. I
Don't get involved. Just lay there.
I'm not here to, no one's here to kink shame here.
I'm not here to kink shame you. I'm just here to trigger you.
We're just here to trigger you and shame you for your decisions.
And to maybe fuck you in the ass.
With lube.
I lost the accent at the end.
Felicia, an ex that had some kind of weird kink. Anything comes to mind?
Oh my god!
Other than abusing you,
You have no idea. Let me go with a different ex. Let me think here. You know what? The first two were pretty healthy in bed, I would say. Like, it just, normal healthy stuff. Nothing that threw me for a loop. So, yeah, the third one was insane. So that's where all the stories are, but I'm not gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't.
No, I know
but-
it's hard for me.
Is that the P. Diddy one?
We've talked about this before. Like I always remember that time when we were at was it the New Year's? Not New Year's. We were at Governor's or whatever, and because I know that you have a healthy relationship with being able to make jokes about it, but like, I had a horrifically abusive ex too. And like, it's kind of tough to, and you're right to like not talk about it so that he stops talking about you.
Yeah.
And like, so I won't go there.
I think I don't know if you ever said this, Felicia, but I had to get a restraining order on someone in 2016 because he was a stalker and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh my
And
God, don't
it's such a-
reveal Chad right now. So
Did you say Chad? I don't know. But I'm just saying it's a very serious thing. And so, I obviously do like whatever feels the smartest. And we do not need to talk about that person at all, right?
here,
Like the
you know
least
what?
of our like
I'll tell you.
safety is the most important thing.
This is a goofy since we're on the sex topic, remember the weird like pretend to be asleep baby guy or whatever.
That's what, by the way, the more I'm thinking about that, I feel like you'd be so good at it. I'm like, okay.
I swear to God, you guys, I would go like, I told you I was asleep.
I know, I can hear
And
it.
I would like do like cute little snores like wait, and I go, what's happening?
Did you have like cute little pink pajamas with unicorns on a rainbow?
Or I would go, am I dreaming? It was, and then I was like, I'm tired of I am tired.
I'm actually tired. I like to go to sleep.
Right now I want to sleep on this relationship. Like, also, you're fucking cheating on me, you douche. Like, why do I always have to pretend to be fucking asleep? But he had one other fucking fetish that he would go, oh my God, I am a smoker. Bing, I'll quit when I quit. I am a smoker. He would like for me to smoke a cigarette while we had sex. He was not a smoker, and not after the sex, during the sex. And I'm like, what is this? Like, why
Did
is
he
this?
not like the smoking outside of the bedroom? Like, did he not like the smell and the fact you did it? Or he didn't care?
I asked him one day, which is probably a question I should have asked him when I started the relationship with him. Like, I said, why do you want me to like smoke while we have sex? He's like, I'm like, you don't even smoke. Like, what is it? He's like, well, and this is disturbing. So he goes, I just remember my mom and her friends smoking in the kitchen when I was.
Oh, fuck.
Like,
Wow.
can I go back to sleep? Like, what?
Can I
What
pretend
the
I just
fuck?
didn't hear that Freudian slip?
Like, wait, what?
That would be like me being like to one of my boyfriends, like, hey, like, can you wear some Old Spice? Like, when I like pretend to be asleep or something, like, but yeah, but why the Old Spice? Oh, it's because it's what my dad used to wear.
Yeah, so
Right,
you would have
it
been
made-
super
Yeah.
turned
Can you
on
drink
if
some
you.
bourbon? Because that's what my uncle used to drink.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, Felicia, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
It's terrible. It was odd. And people are, and like that's another thing. My toxic trait is like putting up with other people's like fucking like I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's fine. Meanwhile, in the back of my head, I'm thinking like, that is fucking weird, right?
Mhm.
Like you're talking about he was 40. He was 18 years older than me. He was like. In the back of my brain, I'm going like, why am I putting up with this? Why did I just allow him to say that to me? And then he goes, and then so I don't make him feel bad and say like, that's fucked up, you weirdo.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh no, that's cool. That's fine. Right.
fine.
Obviously it didn't work out, but, Jake
Felicia,
Fire.
did you want to share one of yours? Because I feel like you didn't get to
I was
share.
trying to think of, but no, I don't think. I think the first two guys I was with were pretty, healthy. Like they didn't have any. Well, I mean, there were probably kinks there, but I don't. I don't know. One of them wanted to have sex with me with my whole body covered in oil. I don't know if that's a
That's
kink.
kind of
but
hot. I mean, it sounds messy. Like, what do you do with the sheets?
We
I mean,
we didn't do it
a whole
because I was
cleanup
like,
process.
this is so messy. And he was like, no, we'll just put a tarp down. I'm like, okay, we're not doing.
Wait, when you bring the
this.
word tarp into a sexual conversation, that makes my vagina dry.
Yeah, that makes my vagina extremely dry. Like
Right.
there shouldn't be a tarp involved.
No
like,
tarps
that's not
involved
a-
in the bedroom.
That is not a sensual massage. That is an over the line.
That
kink.
feels like you're gonna be wrapped in the tarp and dropped in a fucking hole somewhere or something. I
Right,
mean, what
yes.
else are tarps used for?
But
Yes.
God forbid any straight man ever bring out the fucking oil or the lubricant if they want to do anal. That's the problem. Like that would be like the way to do it, right? But no, it's just wait, a tarp. He said it like also I hate planned sex. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna get our tarp out, we're gonna get our oil. Like it takes away the joie de vivre of it. Like,
Yes.
my God. 5, thank you for the Jake Fire. Thank you for the $2. You three are great together. Yay! Thank you. Here is your 1 million Kiki coins.
Wow.
Okay. So oh my gosh, you're so easy to talk to, Felicia.
Thank you. You
So
are
there is no and I've just only been hearing rumblings of this with Carm, right? Is there any chance of a love connection?
I don't know. I think we're gonna meet though. Find
Really?
out. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I love that. As long as he doesn't like ask you to bring out the tarp, I think
Yeah.
that's cool.
I mean, I
Do
don't
we
think
know how tall he is?
He says he's 6 feet.
He seems like a manly man in the Valley of Men. Yeah.
I have no idea. That's why I want to meet him in person. You never know with these people online, You can be a
It's very
completely different person online.
Taller?
So
Yes, they can, and he could pee in his pants too. How tall are you, Felicia?
5'7".
Do you like
5'7"?
Do I like tall guys? Yeah, I like them to be taller than me. Yeah, but not too tall.
That's cool. Not too tall.
Well, I dated a guy who was 6'6",
Oof.
and that was great. But also, there's so much that comes with that. You have to measure door
Yeah, like
frames.
short lifespans.
Gotta get it. Gotta get a bigger tarp.
Yeah, like what were you saying? Doors and stuff.
You have to we were looking for apartments together. You have to measure the door frames to make sure that he can go under through the doors without ducking. That's very important. Car shopping is another big one.
Oh yeah,
big and tall. The big and tall shops. That's where you hang out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the
6'6". That's fucking deformed. No, unless you like love basketball.
Well, I was just gonna say, was he a basketball player?
No, and he wasn't. It wasn't like, yes, he's tall, but it wasn't freakishly tall, But yeah, I like doggy style, so it doesn't line up when you're that tall. If
Oh
I'm
my gosh, I
5'7",
could see the anatomy could be like a little
Right.
tricky.
From my knee to my hips, and his knee to his hips is.
I guess
his
you
is-
could put a bolster under your knees.
Right? No, exactly. Like,
Or
I
pillows
mean,
or something.
right? But that brings it
You
back
can
to
prop
like,
yourself up on like the counter.
Yes.
that brings it back to the planning of sex. It's like, okay, we're gonna do doggy style tonight. Let me go and get my footstool and we'll like do the whole deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me get my lollipop and pretend like I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Me. I swear to God, I'd be like me.
So you're reminding me of a documentary where like these people actually do live their lives and play out being babies, and their partners like they roll on the floor. It's a whole thing. Furries are a thing. I mean, whatever makes people happy,
Right. Yeah.
But if
I
you
don't
weren't
know.
happy, it sounds like in hindsight, like you didn't really enjoy it that much.
He was just a douche that was cheating on me. And we had the same birthday. And he also, here's another toxic
November
trait.
13th, the
November
anniversary of
13th.
my dog's death. I'll never forget it.
Oh, which that also means that I was born on his 18th birthday. And I have no problem with age gaps. But like when it came to our birthdays coming around, he was upset that he didn't get enough attention. He didn't want to share the birthday with me. It's like, I'm like, okay, weird.
Was he an only child?
No, he was one of 3 and his whole family hates him. So anyway, not the worst guy. He wasn't like as bad as the dude that, mercilessly physically abused me and ruined my life for a time there, but he had his foibles, I guess. Rhinoceros, thank you for the $9.99. I want to know Pam Bondi's tarp clearance. She must be misjudged.
Who is Pam Bondi?
I don't even
She's
know.
an attorney.
Oh, is this?
I'm just thinking about the woman who cut off her husband's member. What was her name?
Oh, that's Lorena Bob.
Thank you, Lorena Bobbitt. I just found out last week they sewed it back on.
Pam Bondi.
I know I'm way behind, but I some other people might be as well. That happens.
Pamela Jo Bondi is an American attorney, lobbyist, and politician who has served as the 87th United States Attorney General since 2025. Okay, so she's the Attorney General right now? Huh. Very interesting. Nice
Attorney
to see.
General of what? Of where?
America, I guess. Yeah.
We're gonna
The
sound
Attorney General.
Do we have an Attorney General of the United States?
It's Pam Bondi.
She's the Attorney General for the United States. What, Supreme Court or?
I think that it's like all encompassing. Like you're the attorney. Listen, I'm a political layman, but
what's the reference though? What about her is like funny or interesting?
I don't know. Maybe she did some. Maybe she likes.
I think she
Maybe
was
she
the
likes
one
rough, no lube anal.
I think wasn't she the one who announced that there's no Epstein list? I want to say
okay.
I'm not sure though.
The best thing. Can we show the meme, Kiki, or no?
Yes.
Or we have something else first.
Sending it to myself right now. I have a picture of it.
Did you
So,
see? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, Felicia, I don't know where you. I don't lie anywhere politically. I just take every situation one-on-one. But since it's a hot topic, the Epstein list, thoughts. Do you think it just doesn't exist? Do you think like there's some nefariousness going on? Do you not care? Where are you at? Yeah.
Me? Well, I first of all, I'm not surprised by the outcome of all this. But also, I could see there not being a list. The only reason people are saying there is because people have already said that there is, So clearly one exists. But I'm like, why would you have one? You're doing this. You have clients for this type of thing. It's all got to be like off record anyway. Why would there be a list? That makes sense to me.
If I can say something, you guys do remember that weird list that went around in 2021? It was like Oprah, this person, that person, Bill Clinton 7 times. Do you guys remember that? I guess that was deemed to be
like on the Epstein list. Yeah,
yes, it was a Epstein flight list from circa 2021. It came out, and then it just sort of disappeared. But I think everyone was like, "Oh, that's fake." But it had all these people, right? And there is a thing, like even on private planes, you kind of have to have the people that are flying
a manifest
on a list.
Right.
Yes, thank you. A manifest.
Here's my thing. It's like, so this is the meme that Ashley was talking about. Bum, 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 bing, 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 which is horrifying but very funny. Ghislaine is serving 20 years for having imaginary friends, thousands of Epstein victims, and no clients. Right. But to Felicia's point, it's like you're not making if you're doing something nefarious, you're not like cataloging what it is. When they say the Epstein list,
That's the
I
flight
think they
log.
mean
It's a flight log. It's a flight
right.
log.
It's a flight log, or like whoever was like associated with Epstein around this time, or like even at all, right? I don't know what anyone expected. Everyone knows, everybody's seen the photo of Trump and Melania with Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein, right? And people are like, everybody that voted for Trump, I did not vote. I notoriously do not vote. I won't do it. I refuse. But because he's saying, he's promising to produce this list, but then when he goes, oh, does that make me on the list because I did hang out with him? Politicians always protect themselves. The thing that was fucking nice about Trump, that I did like about him, is that he wasn't a politician trying to like expose the nefariousness of like everything. But at the end of the day, he's a rich man, and it's like, oh no, we're just going to tell you that it doesn't exist. Didn't happen. Everything's fine. Move along. We'll wait for you to forget.
Well, wasn't that what the Elon and Trump quarrel started with? Was because Elon
Right.
said right?
Well, that's not where it started, but Elon tried to escalate it with that by saying that. But I don't think he really meant that.
And he's autistic as shit, or else how else could you like have that kind of like brain power to? He's like he's it's like a Kanye moment, right? We love Kanye's music, but then all of a sudden it's like, wait, whoa, what are we saying about Jewish people? Like, Kanye, now we can't support you. Like, what the fuck is going on? Elon Musk just goes ahead and tweets that Trump is on the Epstein list. Like, we're not friends anymore, blah, blah, blah. And if you want to call the list like whoever has been around with all of the other fucking rich people, the elite, and the politicians, and the fucking nefariousness that's going on, then yeah, Trump's on that list. If I were Trump, I'd be like, that picture of me is already out there. If I didn't do anything wrong, then fucking show your little list. I don't know. Don't tell us it just doesn't exist. So that's why everyone's disappointed, I think. Or is it like we need to keep it's so bad and more people are on it than you could even imagine, and it's even more nefarious than you can imagine, that it was for the betterment of the country to keep everyone calm?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Right. It's got to be that. So it's
And then time elapses and people kind of forget. And then I forget what the exact statement was, but it was like blah 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 blah. Right?
Right.
But there's a lot of questions if you want to look into it, and a lot of it doesn't make sense.
None of it fucking makes sense, but that's the government. They're always going to lie to us. The appeal of Trump to me was like, he's not a politician, he's an outsider, but of course he drank the Kool-Aid. He wants to, he doesn't want to be associated with anything like that. And then it's like, okay, we're going to tell you it doesn't exist. So it's like, that's why I guess like his biggest supporters are that upset. And you know what? Maybe I don't want to fucking know. I want to pretend I'm asleep. Okay. And like call it a fucking day. But obviously, I mean,
you'll get beat up these days for this. I've like never, I don't know, Felicia, have you? But guys, I've never experienced when choosing not to be on the right or the left was, in many people's opinions, a worse or more deleterious choice to our country or whatever. Like, you're not on either side? Well, and I'll say I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. Watch your fucking mouth, sir. Also, you're my Uber. If you want like a decent rating, shut the fuck up. But this one guy's like literally, I'm in his Uber going from my place to Beverly Hills or whatever. And it's like, okay, you're going to yell at me. He's like, well, what did he say verbatim? He said, well, I feel if you don't have a choice, you don't have a right to an opinion. I was like, I feel like my friend's house is coming up pretty quickly and I didn't sign up to get lectured, you know, from like my house to my friend's house and pay you for it.
Ashley, that's so. The Lyft and Uber drivers, they have no scruples. They will talk to
Lost
you
it,
about
man.
anything, and they just expect you. Like, you don't know who I am. I just got into your Uber. Like, the things I've heard them say, it's like, am I offended?
Also, like my
No,
mom was
but
best friends with like most of the senators' wives. The Democrats and the Republicans, they all chill in Rehoboth and Dewey Beach in the summer. We used to go to their houses. Like, do not play with me. I'm sorry that you're in this little game right now, but I am not playing this game.
right. I definitely think with the Epstein thing that people
The
that love.
camera, just the camera. The camera was off for 30 seconds or 1 minute when he killed himself.
Right. You know who's not on there? And I was
I
talking
don't
to
believe that. I'm sorry.
you know who's not on the Epstein list? I was talking to Gino about
Me
this
and you and
on his
Felicia.
show. Us three, number one, number two, George Bush. Okay. George Bush is just painting and playing golf like an idiot. Like
Which one are you talking about? Number one or number two? Because do not get me started. They both are awful. Have you ever
They're
seen
awful.
George Bush's wife that has a fetus in a jar?
Okay, yeah, maybe you're right. See, I'm a political layman, but George Bush seems to me like he's just like, hey, so I painted a bush today. Like,
Wait, can we
it's
just back up for a second? George Bush Sr.'s wife, Barbara Bush. I don't know
Barbara.
how old you are, Felicia. I feel like you're younger than me. But I remember at 9 or 10 years old, an interview like 2020 or something that my parents were watching, and she pulls a jar that is a literal fetus on the news.
What?
I don't even to this day know whose fucking fetus it is. I don't even know if she explained it. I don't even know what the freaking point of it was till now. Does anybody know about that jar fetus thing? What was the point?
This is why I do not do politics. They're all fucking crooks and like corrupt, and they're all lying to us. The appeal of Trump was that he was an outsider, but that's why people I think are so disappointed in this not coming out because
I mean, like he was
like
trying to be famous. He had a show. Like, was he?
right, and now he's the president, right?
And
And
like
so
one
it's
of his
like,
one of his first moves, I don't know if you guys remember the movie Home Alone. He said, "Yeah, you can shoot it at my hotel, the Plaza, but I have to have a cameo." That was
right.
his prerequisite for them shooting at the Plaza.
Gino and I probably spent an hour fighting about this on his show. I'm like, what's so wrong with No King's Day? Like, and he's like, what makes you think that he's trying to be a king? I'm like, I don't know. Do you know anybody else that puts like every toilet in every hotel in gold and their name on literally everything? Like,
Well, everyone in like the Middle East,
behavior.
basically. But
I don't even
more
right.
More
but-
like there are Marines deployed on the streets of Los Angeles right now, sir, and fucking, I don't know, like 100,000, what do you call them? I always say 100,000, I'm over exaggerating. Federal Reserve, that's not the right word. The guy, who are the troops? You know what I'm talking about? The guy, they're not the army, they're the backup army.
The backup army.
So we had
Like
them. Okay, there
anything,
were riots in LA last month. There was the Marines were deployed. ICE
the
was
backup
deployed.
army. You mean like
They're not called the reserves.
the reserves?
Oh,
like
they are the reserves. The Army Reserves. They're like I don't live anywhere near downtown. Thank God I don't ever go there. But like this, like I saw. Like it wasn't just media stuff. Like I saw, and so these things are happening. People are dying. Like our own, this breaks my heart to even say out loud, our own military that is trained to protect us and our soil is literally being ordered to be on. I don't think that in history, maybe there's one time in history that the Marines have ever been deployed on our soil and are attacking like our people. I don't know, it broke my heart for everyone. But he's like, well, it's my birthday. So let's spend like 5 million or 35 million, I don't fucking $100,000 million and fly a bunch of planes over the fucking sky. And we need to show off a little bit. It's like, no, there are unhoused people. There are people that fought in wars so those planes can fly. Why don't you address that, sir?
We're definitely not nice to the veterans in the country, are
I
we?
fucking hate it. I despise that. It makes me really sad. I know a lot of them. A lot of them
I
live in
think
Venice.
the problem is men. These are all the men in the government wanting you to get out your tarp and lube you up, and that's
Well, they figure once you're in a tarp, you ain't getting out. Maybe.
all right. Well, that was our
Like, there's a
political.
homeless encampment right, like not far from me, and guess what they use? Tarps.
Mhm.
I feel like those are for bodies or shelter, not for sex.
Rickosaurus, thank you for the $9.99 hotties. Rickosaurus is a name I've seen since
I love Rickosaurus, but I'm not saying out loud why.
I love him since I was doing since the days I started doing Kevin Brennan when he was doing Burning Bridges on Compound Media. So shout out to you.
Is
La, la, la,
Compound
la.
Media coming back?
Wait, now it's Compound censored, so like it's like a whole thing. That's Gavin McGinnis. Not my favorite dude in the world. Yeah. He's not
Gavin, but dudes named Gavin never end up being like that normal in my experience.
Exactly. Felicia, here's another question I have for you. Pertaining to comedy, kind of, and sassy girl things. Any comedians you've hooked up with other than he who shall not be named?
Yes, I have. I don't think I should name them either. But yeah, I've
You don't want to get them all riled up.
no, I've hooked up with I mean, if we're talking like had sex with
Or even just like any hooking up at all. No
one
tarp,
that,
but
one that you would know of, probably not like famous, but you would recognize the name. Actually, okay, two that you would know.
oh, I know who it is.
You would never, yeah, you would.
I'm just kidding. It's either
You don't know.
Let's see. Yeah, I think that's 1, 2.
Do you see how she's going through it and actually being thorough before?
That's my biggest problem on
fucking
podcasts.
saying some shit. Wait, I'm sorry. Did you forget that somebody might have like fingered you? Or,
I can't just like wing it and
you
come
don't
up
have like
with an
new
answer.
details you want to make up about any of these people?
No, it's, and I know I'm being very boring, but it's like I don't know. Sometimes
you're not boring at all.
When something is going to be like online, you don't want to bring the other people into it. You don't want it to be a thing.
I never expect people to answer that question when I ask. Yeah, but yeah, so like, but so you have hooked up with
a shot. I
Yeah.
didn't even know you were taking a shot.
Yeah, and it wasn't like for work or anything like that. You know, it wasn't like that. It was just, yeah.
Do you guys want to know the famous comedians I slept with?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I haven't.
Oh, okay. Miss, I won't even. Okay, yeah. So but it happens as like a female in comedy. It does happen.
Well, actually, can I bring up a question? Because Kiki and I weren't sure if you wanted to show Felicia any of the clips from your appearance on Karmic earlier. And I was just skipping through, and I think it's 101, but you were talking about like when you meet another comedian, you kind of know like I don't remember what you said verbatim, but is that an interesting topic of conversation for you?
You just know who you can walk into a room of people and you'll know who, excuse me. I can't.
It's like me all day.
You'll just know who the other comedian is without talking to them.
Yes, it's like and oftentimes people think that comedians like, well, you can't be a comedian. You're so shy and quiet or whatever. But like
how addicts find each other in a room, that kind of thing.
It is. It's an energetic thing.
And on to that point, when you were on Carm today, you did say too, like, something about somebody else, and you say you're a comedian. I fucking hate telling anybody that I, do stand up, because then how many times in life that I've heard, like, once people know, then they go, you should put what's going on here in your act, or I could do that as well. I could do that. Yeah, that
You
would be.
can use this.
Why don't you use this? You should use this in your act. Use what? Like the fact that I'm at my, mom's neighborhood pool and you're all freaks. Like I'm gonna say, yeah, Gary from down the road said something funny about I don't know, like his dick. Like I will be. Will use what in my act, like,
Yeah.
or it's just so fucking embarrassing. Or you having a podcast, same thing. It's like, you should have me on. I have so many stories, I have so much to say. It's like, okay.
Yeah, they don't get it at all. Like people who are like, "Oh, you should live with us for a week. You'll have a whole new act." It's like, no, thank you.
Felicia,
I'm not there yet, sir.
Felicia, 100%. Oh yeah, you just come over to our house, live with us for a week. You'll have a whole new hour of material. Like, yeah,
You're like, no, I'll just have different levels of trauma.
yes, exactly. I'm going to go on stage and say, well, this happened with this weird family that none of you know.
And then that person that said, shut the fuck up, you'll have like a whole new level of like, what did you say? Did you just eat old cheese for a week and sleep in a bathroom?
It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. So we have hooked up with the comedians. I have too. And I like am honest about
not.
Which good. Everybody that's a comedian, I feel like is like at least a little bit traumatized by something. We all have something that made us like. But Ashley, wait, so none of your sister's friends or anything you've ever like been around?
Really funny that you mentioned that. Because back to Chad. Chad was like this was like 3 or 4 years ago. So our mom passed December 13, 2022, and we weren't speaking for like 7-8 years preceding that, except 1 or 2 times. And
I'm so interested to see how this has to do with Chad. I'm so excited.
Chad texts me, what's his name? Steve Florentine?
Jim Florentine.
Jim Florentine thinks you're very good looking. He wants your phone number. Can I give it to him? And I was like, who's Jim Florentine? And so he sent me like a thing. I was like, oh yeah, he seems cool. He's not like ugly or whatever. So we talked, and when my sister and I, but nothing came of it. He lives in New York. I live in LA, whatever. He seemed nice enough for every record. But when my sister and I reunited or whatever for a bit and took care of my mom, she was like, Chad fucking had you talk to Jim Florentine? She was so pissed off. I was like, yo, dude,
my God.
Wait for it. No, wait for it. I was like, we just talked on the phone for like.
I get where she's coming from. It's
you're a Scorpio, so you might, but I did not see this coming. She goes, don't you understand what was happening?
Yeah, I'd be like, wait, Chad. Fucking God.
No, wait for it. This is so crazy. I could not even. I could never have seen this coming. So if you tell me this is what you thought, I'll be so. I don't even know how I'll feel. She's like, don't you understand what was happening? Chad was trying to get Jim Florentine to marry you so that you guys could sue me. I was like, what? So it's not possible that a dude could just be into me to be into me? And also, I'm already suing you, bitch. What are you talking about?
Well, that's a scoop. I don't.
It was the weirdest take. I was like, why would you think that he even thought about that? Like, what would be the master plan? Let's think about this.
Because your
Jim
sister
Florentine moved to LA, marries me, and we sue my sister for what?
That is so strange. I honestly,
I still can't make sense of it. She also told me she was going to steal my baby when she thought I was pregnant. I was like, first of all, I wasn't pregnant with my husband, but she said she was going to steal my baby. And I was like, and do what? And she's like, take care of it until you were okay. And I was like, what makes you think I wasn't okay? I was married. Like, that was good. But I also wasn't pregnant.
This is a tangled
Yeah.
I think your sister's just looking out for you because, like, yeah, Chad, like, as we know, can be nefarious. Jim Florentine's a great comic. Like, I mean, and he dates another comic, actually. Karen Margolis, if you know her. She's a doll. Like, he's a good guy, but I guess it's more like what I thought you were going to say is like, stupid Chad's not trying to set you up. He's trying to like do something fucked up or whatever. But Jim is like a really funny comic and like a really good guy, seemingly. So
I think
I mean, I don't know
a lot of
where
my
the
sister's
suing
stuff is
part
rooted in
but
paranoia and like different levels of stuff. Yeah, like it's not actually all about you. Sometimes, Wit. Love you, mean it.
well, I do get yeah. Well, no, wait, me?
No, my
Oh, are
sister
you
had a
saying
show
that to
called Love
me?
You Mean It,
Oh,
and it actually started from something we used to say to each other, which was "You love you mean it." But just the fact that she would even think that that would have anything to do with her, potentially even, made no sense to me.
it's so strange. I guess I understand why, like, she's sort of looking out for you because,
I don't
like,
think
yeah,
it's
we all
looking
see
out
what
for me. I think it's looking out for herself.
yeah, you're right.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
I guess
I
you're right
hate to
there.
do this, but I gotta
Oh,
jump
no,
off.
please.
I'm so
We love you,
sorry.
Felicia.
Don't
You're
be.
good.
It was
Hey,
amazing to
I
have you
really
here.
appreciate you having me. This is so much fun. Thank you so much, Kiki. It's so good to see you, Ashley.
So good
It
to
was
see
so much
you.
fun.
All right. See you later.
I'm sorry if we forced you to stay.
No.
Did we annoy you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I gotta stand up. I'm not a pro like you guys. I'm not used to it.
Before you go, tell the people where they can find you. And
Oh, you
again,
can find
thank you
me
so much.
at a Felicia World on all platforms, or just Felicia Gillespie. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube if you'd like to. Thank you guys so much again. You guys are
We
awesome.
adore you. Thank you for putting up with
being here.
us.
You rule, Felicia. When
Bye,
can
bye.
people see you live next? Oh,
They'll see her live. Everyone go and subscribe to her. We love Felicia. Oh my God, how fun is she?
she is
She's
so great.
I don't think we annoyed her that bad.
I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised.
No, we didn't. I think we covered a lot. I'm still like, my mind is reeling from the suing thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that. But that's a scoop for sure.
I mean,
If you're
I was more like, why couldn't you imagine that maybe a man wanted to speak to me because he just wanted to speak to me? That it might not have anything to do with you. That was what felt weird to me. But then furthermore, this premeditated plan she had in her head about Jim Florentine suing her for what? So he marries me, and then what's our plan? We sue her for what? Like, I'm already suing you for both of our parents' inheritances. So what is he suing you for?
that is so interesting. Yeah, I can't
It's an anyway,
yeah, that makes no sense.
Turn down for what?
All roads lead back to weird Chad, right?
No, I don't think so. That's actually when I thought that he was like sort of a normal person. But lately, I don't know. I see this like unhinged version of him, and I don't like unpredictable people. I don't like jealous people, angry. I don't know. He just doesn't seem together, if that makes sense.
He can be a little unwell, right? And I'm so
And,
nice.
like, the level of hypocrisy. Sorry, what were you saying?
And I'm so nice, like, when I talk about him, honestly, like, and like I could make fun of him. He said like heinous things about me too. They all have, like, and it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, you I think you've developed much thicker skin, but also it's like there is that thing where it's like, you know, Kevin's brother is best friends with my little sister. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's your game here, calling me like a dry cunt and all the things that you call me, you know, like, I don't know. It doesn't feel funny.
Yeah,
It feels
I know.
rude.
They're fucking free. You know, that's what it is. That is what it is.
Did you see the video? Gustav.
Because we got an orange boy too. Gustav, thank you for the $1.99. You're slumming it, Gilly, and I think that is rude to us. And thank you, Gustav, but also
Kiki tax for that, right?
got a Kiki tax. There's your Kiki tax, Gustav. Here you go.
How dare you?
And Rhinoceros, thank you for the $19.99. Gonna call out Michael Coulter, probably related to Anne. Oh, Ann Coulter. Homeboy, if you're going to ride the coattails, pay up and prove me wrong. Gonna call out Michael Coulter. Okay, so thank you, Ryan.
Ann Coulter is so intense. Who wrote that?
Rhinoceros. He's
I love Rhinoceros.
We love him around
Coulter
here.
is so fucking intense, dude. I didn't know she even had a brother.
Homeboy, if you're going to ride the coattails, pay up and prove me wrong. I love that.
Do you know who she is?
Ann Coulter, I definitely know that.
Blonde, like
that
super
thing.
conservative.
Yeah. Yes.
Who her brother is. I don't totally get that one.
Michael Coulter. All right. Well, we will look into it. If you have, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a tiny break and then we'll do maybe 30 more minutes. I think we could get into just
here's what we have not got into that's on my list.
Yeah.
You ready? The eating disorder stuff.
Sure.
BBL versus skinny. Bitching
Sure.
about boys. I think we covered that pretty well. And then opening our audience. But yeah, just those 3 things.
Absolutely. Opening our audience and not our legs. How about that? I'm playing one tiny video. I just have to pee. I can't think. And then we'll be right back. And hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe.
Hit the like button.
Subscribe here if you're not subscribed. Follow Felicia if you are not following her.
I'm so done with you, Kiki.
How dare you? Hit the like button. Okay, 1 second. I'll play just the shortest, silliest video I have. What do I got here? Here, watch Gino knock down Joe Curry. How about this one? Where is it? La 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 la. No, the longer one. Sorry. Bing bing bing. This changed. Watch. No, come on. Oh my God, Jesus, really?
Get it together, Kiki. Come on.
No, really.
Oh my gosh. I had it on the darkest setting this whole time. I was like, how come I can't see anything?
Okay, here's our. How about this one?
Oh, I want to hear. Okay, get go.
It's not what I promised, but this one's fine. Enjoy it for 54 seconds. We're back. I don't even know what I played you, but I peed as fast as I can. So
how did you pee that fast?
I have no idea. Gino just goes, it's just on Ashley. She's not there yet. And I went, okay. Well, I don't even know. I literally don't even know what I played. It's like an old video of like.
Is Gino up in his birthday suit?
Are you still nude, Eugene? Yeah, he's still nude. But okay. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Felicia, for being here. I think this was a bang up episode for sure.
I thought it was amazing. I did not understand when she said something about being ambushed, like by us. Like what? That's how we met.
What would we ambush her about?
But it's also like how we met. Like you stepped in to do something nice for me, remember?
That's very true. Right. Well, yes, and also like I think it's a little bit of a female connection. I did oh my God. And I was nervous about it. I did have this queued up, and the only ambush I could think was I was maybe going to like
I'll play the video of the her ex or whatever.
No, not even that. I did think like maybe we could if we she's good. I should know about she's good. She knows what to talk about. She's a great guest on a show. Like I didn't feel like we ran out of anything to talk about with her, but I was like she did do Carm today and I do think that there's a love connection there. So I was maybe going to go like do we do like a dating game with her and Carm like a nice in the hi Felicia. Is Felicia still here?
Don't stop ever.
I was wondering if she was going to be here for the Valley of this man.
Now,
Felicia's
a girl I could get behind.
Oh, yeah. So I'm really glad Keanu didn't, bring me in because maybe she couldn't take this sort of ambush. How are you, Ashley?
I'm so sorry that you missed Felicia, Karmic. I'm doing pretty well. I like your choice of lip color this evening. What hue is that exactly?
It's a mauve.
Did you say mauve?
Mauve. I digress.
Well, I think you're looking great. So you're gonna have Felicia. You're gonna visit. You guys are gonna meet like in real life soon.
Oh, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
What do you have planned?
I'll get my tarp and I will lay down the tarp and the law, if you know what I mean. But if that makes sense, I digress.
So we've got the tarp planned and the law planned. I think I know what you mean by that. But are you planning to take her like on any local, like local things that people do there locally?
I'm planning to show her a really
like maybe a cow
jazz
milking
time.
spot or something.
Yeah, I'm planning on showing her a really jazzy time, if that makes sense. So, and I think that, and I am 6 feet tall, popular to popular belief, contrary to it, but I digress. But I am really looking forward to.
You're not nervous at all meeting like a real, like beautiful woman who's like an established comedian?
I'm shitting my pants, actually, if I'm being honest. But I'm glad you guys all got to meet each other, and I'm just hoping that there will be a love connection.
How do you think that you're gonna start that? Like, what can you do as a man?
I'll reach.
Valley of Man. Oh, and is the Valley of Men actually a gay club in Minnesota, or is that just something that you say?
Yeah, it's something I can't comment on that, or else I'd have to we'd have a problem because it's a club, the Valley of Men. What is that your dog?
I'm pretty sure my dog doesn't approve of the club of the Valley of Men.
I would have to reach into the Valley of Men. And I just wasn't sure if Felicia wanted me on the stream, but I will be showing her a good time. I will reach into the deepest depths of the Valley of Men and, bring out my little Valley of Man. And
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Karmic X?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think of Kiki Thompson?
Oh, well, I'm a big fan of Kiki. I like Kiki because she likes me. I know I had a problem with I hate I hate my impression. I wasn't prepared. I know her husband, Eugene or whatever, had a problem with me, but once I said he sneezed once on a Kevin Brennan stream when Kiki was on, and I said, God bless you, and he forgave me. But Kiki, who doesn't love her other than so many other men in the valley of men, if that makes sense. But I really like her a lot. And I really like you, Ash.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I've heard a few different reports about how you feel about me, but I only ever wish you the best, Mr. Karmic X. And best to you and Felicia. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, Mr. Karmic X, I really liked that. I like that you called me Mr. and I have nothing but respect for you. And I will digress away now. And I'm really glad that Keanu didn't bring me in when Felicia was here, or she probably would have left even earlier. Oh, with the ridiculousness of all of this. So I have to go because I have a stream to do. Everyone subscribe to Karmic's X on Karmic's X YouTube. Take care.
Thank you so much for your time.
My mouth.
Your mouth is amazing.
Actually, thank fucking God I did not do that. While I'm sure we probably lost people watching while I was doing, but thank you for playing along.
That was very fun. I was like, wait, I've seen, because I saw you do that. Who did you do it with on Kevin's show? I saw you do it with someone else. Maybe it was Gino.
Stevie.
Oh, Stevie Lou. So funny. So you can put anyone's face on there. Can you put mine on?
Yeah. Do you want to talk to? Oh, next week, Ashley interviews herself. Yes.
Wait. I have so many ideas. Maybe we'll do me in a few weeks. I have so many ideas.
You're so innovative. That is such a good idea. You interview your inner self. That's a really good idea. Okay. I could be Whitney if you wanted. I could be
not defamation. That might be actually, honestly, if she doesn't think it's a bad idea, that might be one of the most helpful therapy sessions I could ever have.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, it's very clear.
I told you somebody was like the Ashley and Whitney show or the Ashley and Kiki show, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just because our hair and stuff, like on a glance, it could be my sister and me. It could be two broke girls.
I can't imagine if we make it funny enough. I can't imagine she would mind. And obviously, it's not her speaking. It's very clear. Like, I mean, this is very clearly not Carm, right? I mean,
think we need to. I think we need to schedule like in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure I need a therapy.
Like, no one thinks that this is actually me. It's very clear that this is not a real video of me speaking. See?
Wait, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. That's not the real Kiki. You surprised me. You're so sneaky.
I'm so sneaky.
I think I definitely need to I need to book a therapy session with my sister in the next like 2-3 weeks. If you have an opening.
Absolutely.
Like Wednesday-ish, 6 p.m. if it works.
Oh my God. Okay, that'll be a really interesting. Yes, I have an opening. I am really excited.
Thank you. Just keep me posted on that.
Yeah, we'll be like, right. It's just like we could talk to Wit. We can
hash it all out and it'll just be all out in the air.
I love the idea of Ashley's inner monologue and like you talking to yourself. Like we'll do that too.
That
so
feels very narcissistic. I'm not sure how much I love that, but I think it would be funny if you were pretending to be me and you could like say all the things you don't like about me and like, but like you're me. So it's, you know what I mean? It's like I'm talking to myself, really.
Ashley, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely right. I will. It all just.
And I did our fight way too early, and it was way too premature. I don't know why, but it'll be better next time.
No, I'm just gonna put your. It'll be me, but it'll be me talking as your inner self. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Which is
Okay,
probably some insight that I definitely need.
look forward to that in the future. And also, Ashley, thank you for putting up with that. I just popped your cherry of like when I do it to my mom when I bring on a character, she goes like she'll put up with it. Like I bring Kourtney Kardashian on all the time, and she
Stop.
just
Bring her now. Can you bring her?
well, now
I mean, is it if it's easy?
I guess I could.
Wait,
But
which
no,
one
I
has
won't.
the big vagina? Chloe.
No,
Chloe.
that's Chloe. That's Chloe. Yeah. I'll bring Chloe. Any character you ever want. I'm not the best impressionist, but you know what?
I think you
sell
do a
myself
great job.
short.
What were you saying that your mom gets kind of freaked out?
No, she's like she'll put up with it and talk to the character, but eventually she's like, okay, can I enough? Like, can we not have 50 fucking people that I have to like improv with? Like
I don't know. That was so fun for me.
you did great. I'm glad I didn't do it to Felicia, but next time I will. And I really do. I believe in them as a couple. I really do. Oscar, Electric, Special K, and Felicia won't last more than 24 hours. Special K. Special K. Is that me?
That's karmic. I
Oh,
think it's
Special
karmic.
Karm. Oh.
Yeah.
I
so.
get it.
Well, why do
I
we,
take major offense to that, Oscar.
I agree, karmic. If I was gonna say, why are so people? Why is there so little faith in this relationship? I think that it could. I mean, you guys could be married in like 3 months and living happily ever after in Minnesota on your farm, like next to your mom. You could be growing vegetables, like I told you to.
Yeah, and Ashley, can I tell you something like
Yes,
that I've
sir.
never told anyone?
Yes, Mr. Karmic X.
No one believes in me.
Well, Felicia believes in you, and I
Yeah.
believe in you, and Keanu believes in you, and I think a lot more people than you realize really truly do believe in you.
It just hurts sometimes when I feel like I'm really excited to meet someone and some guy named Oscar has to come and fuck it all up for me and put
I
me in
mean,
my head.
to be fair, Mr. Karmic X, he is definitely forecasting negativity here, but I think he also has a vested interest in you guys as well.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you for reframing that for me.
Anytime,
will,
Mr.
I'll digress away.
Wait, do you just purposely does the mouth always come off first and go black and then the face?
Yeah, and then I just put my mouth back. No, huh?
So funny.
So fucking. I'm not great at that system. But thank you, Oscar, for that. No more characters. One. All right, ladies and gents.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We will. So, and like I tell you always, we have like we're always overly topicked out. Yeah. But I think we got some really cool interview moments with Felicia, and she's a friend of the show. We will definitely have her
And
back.
that was our first guest. I think we did great.
I think we did great.
Well, we had an amazing first guest.
Yes, absolutely. One more thing. Because we've been dying to talk about this like eating disorder topic, toxic traits topic. Maybe we'll save all of that for the next episode because I think it's like a really fun girly thing to talk about. It's okay. Excuse me. It's not a fun. I just said eating disorder.
Well, I was like, one is funny, one is not so funny.
We'll make it funny. I think that we'll definitely talk about that next time. What else was on your list again?
What we didn't touch, what I have is, we could do this real quick because I am interested, and it's more funny than serious. But what I have is opening our audience. We haven't really talked about that, but the BBL racket after we were supposed to be skinny for 15 years. And then I think that's all we missed that we had written down. We should actually talk about that.
we're gonna definitely,
We could
that'll
table
be a
it.
really fun episode. This is
I
another
want
like
to know, especially since it's mostly men here right now. Like, do you guys remember when in the 90s, when I grew up, it was like Kate Moss, heroin chic. Like, basically, you have to look like you're pretty much about to keel over and die. And that
what's the
makes you,
quote? It's
makes
nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. That's
that's
a
right.
Kate Moss
That's
quote.
right. You can never be too rich or too thin. So we're supposed to look like we're just like a skipped meal away of literally just keeling over. That's hot. And
Yeah.
then it's no, you have to have like a huge thighs, huge bottom, all
Mhm.
these things. And then
Thick
now
is in. Yes. It's like it goes
um,
well actually, and
it
you
is
know
so
what?
much harder to lose weight than it is to gain weight. I kept saying, like, these women do not what they're doing, know what they're doing out here. It is not, this is all, it always is going to turn back to the skinny thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Plus,
now it's back. If you look at the Kardashians, like now they've always wanted to be as like thin as possible, but with they created
right.
the whole like this body, which and I no shame in a BBL, but like the thing you would what you have to go through to get your fat sucked out of the other areas of your body, and then pop it into your thighs and ass. You can't sit down for like a month, I've heard. Like it's
Also, what happens 4 years after it turns into cottage cheese? What? My friend was like, I know 3 girls that have done it within 3 to 4 years. It just, the fat doesn't settle properly and it just looks literally like cottage cheese. And then what do you do about that? I
true,
mean, it
true.
just sounds all very expensive.
Right, well, it's very expensive. If you are a Kardashian and you have the money, then I mean the 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 devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. If you have that amount of fucking money to go in, and she looks about 30 years old right now, you know, like I do
Really?
not
What
plastic surgery.
happened? That isn't
Yeah.
even a facelift. Like, did she literally trade faces with Kim? I don't even understand what just happened.
They all swap faces all of the time, and they just go like, yeah, this is just my new face. But I like because I love them. What I love about them is they're like, yeah, I don't know, what are you coming at me for about something that happened 5 faces ago? Like Chloe has literally said that, and it's like, yeah. So, but you just tread
Well, we
lightly.
just found one of our differences. I do not love them. I think that they are awful and
Oh, I
evil,
love.
and they've done really bad things to a lot of people.
Hmm.
My
This is what I
sister
always.
does love her Kim Kardashian walls, though.
This is what I always say. Like, I knew we would have like shit to talk about. We could do a whole episode, and we'll do our debate on like
Yes,
what we like.
let's have a proper debate on the Kardashians because I feel like you probably have some good points. I probably don't know some stuff. I know I have some good points, but I don't feel like
No,
they
hey,
are.
like you probably, yeah, you'll be anti-Kardashian, I'll be pro-Kardashian, and we will have an entire debate. We will give Kiki Bucks throughout and Ashley tokens, which I'm still creating, and you guys can tell us who won there.
And we do want to talk, like, we don't want to shift it so quickly, and we might not have time tonight, but we wanted to open up the door for people that are struggling with body image stuff, with eating
Yes.
disorders, and talk about the things that you can do to find help for those kinds of things. Right?
Absolutely. We're in a see, these are some things we have in common. That was a whole nother topic. Well, and I thought like if we have nothing to talk about, like we have like a
When
whole
do we have nothing to talk about? It's always
no,
like, oh,
never.
great,
It
it's
goes
been like
on and
3 hours. We should probably go.
it goes on and on. So yes, we will definitely cover
To
that.
be continued. But I think it is important that we say some kind of message, excuse me, some kind of message like if you do have issues or you're struggling with eating disorders, you can contact me, you can contact Kiki, and
Please.
we will
Yes.
definitely talk to you. We will definitely do anything that I will personally speak for myself and do anything that I can to help you find help.
And women, comedian women on the internet, like ourselves, and both, or what, public people whatsoever, or just women in general. Body image is a very
Tricky business.
it's very tricky. Yeah, it's a very tricky thing to go through, having that. So yeah, I'm open and available always to talk about anything like that. So but yeah, we'll do like that. That's definitely on our list of next topics, because I have some stories for sure. And I think I often find it makes, not to make light of any of it, but to, if you make if you are open and honest about it, it makes people relate to you, and they don't feel like so alone in it, because it's a very debilitatingly like solitude, like you feel like in solitude when you're going through that.
I think you're wrong about not making light of it. Like, I think your intention was, I don't want to make light of anyone who's like suffering right now, because it is so real. But
Yeah.
you having gone through it and being okay and still beautiful and obviously thin, me going through it and still being beautiful and obviously thin, you guys can know that it, because there was a time when I did not think that my existence right now is possible, that I could eat food every day, not throw up. And it's been 13 years. So if anything I can say is that I'm a living example that you can get better in any kind of eating disorder. If it's overeating, undereating, making yourself throw up, it's all the same receptor in your brain, literally. And it can feel impossible, but just know that there are people that have gotten through it, and you can too. And we're two of them that you can absolutely communicate with about it.
Very true. And we'll do it with a smile and a sense of humor, and you won't feel so alone. Okay, we're definitely covering that next podcast. And the only reason I even thought to bring that up is because like with Felicia, like that whole thing online where like, yeah, her shitty fucking ex, Pat Dixon, now that she's not here, I'll like say, I just don't want to like trigger her or like bring up bad blood or whatever. He said something about her, like, she's clearly not 200 pounds. He's like a fucking douchebag. And I thought, like, I wonder how that affected her, like, brain wise,
like a
you know, like
normal to thin woman.
Right. She's like a freaking mermaid. She's beautiful. It's crazy. So and there is no, like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and like eating disorders aren't always about that. I don't think she's probably ever had one, but I just thought, like, oh, maybe if we had nothing to talk about, we could go into this topic, because since it's been so many years since I had that fucking horrific since my, you know, eating disorder therapy days.
Huge. Keanu, that's huge. Having that time elapse where you haven't been active in having that like negative relationship with food is huge.
Right. And oftentimes it's not even about how you look. It's just like, it's anxiety, it's control. It's like, you know, if I can't control anything else in my life, then I'll control. Oh yeah. This.
You know what pisses me off the most about that? I starved myself for like 18 years, and I could have eaten whatever I wanted. I literally basically eat whatever I want, and I'm like thinner than I was.
That's what you end up.
That's the only thing that's frustrating.
That's what you end.
But body dysmorphia is a thing
learning,
too.
and it's huge. Exactly. So, all right, next episode, we'll have Kourtney Kardashian come on. We may have Ashley talking to herself,
some questions
and we will
for
definitely
her,
do.
for sure.
Yes.
Are you okay? You're like,
and we'll debate.
You're fading
pro
on,
Kardashian.
like,
yeah.
You're getting blurry, and the audio is getting funny. Yes, I have some questions for Kourtney next week.
Is it? It might be.
It's like on a lag. Okay. It might be the heat again with your internet. But do you want to do your plugs?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We get on my tarp and then the plugs. Yeah, it might be my internet. So I think this is the perfect time to end it. We will.
Love you guys. Thank you for chilling with us and being here.
We want to thank everyone. Thank you for all of these lovely super chats. Thank you, Tom Myers. Thank you, Spellbound Bear. Thank you, Nice Podcast Stupid. Thank you, Push-Ups. Thank you, Johnny Chopsticks, Flimsy Greenberg, Ozone, Rhinoceros, Red Honda. Thank you, I Was Ray's Roommate, if that is even a name to have on your YouTube. Oscar, of course, Oscar Electric. And thank you for our new opening, Oscar. Thank you, Nice Podcast Stupid again. Thank you, Rhinoceros again, Jack Brennan, and every single other person, Gustav even though you were rude. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. You guys are the Eels, Hips, the Cat's Pajamas, and the Bee's Knees. Ashley and I will be back next week. We have much more to talk about, as always. And if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. If you're not a member, become a member. And if for my upcoming comedy dates, again, I'm on the road every weekend, I think, for the rest of the summer. So Keanu C. Thompson on Instagram. I'm in Cleveland this weekend coming up with Dearest Eugene. So subscribe to my follow my X, follow my Instagram. That's where I post my comedy dates. And thank you, Felicia.
Maybe start his nude comedy, no?
He's doing, honestly, a naked show with Eugene. He would be he wouldn't miss a beat. He would just be like, whatever. We didn't even get to our fight. We got
a little headband for down there, and then the little waist thing. It'll be good.
Somebody send me a mock-up for a little wiener headband, and I will make them for Eugene in all of his favorite colors, and definitely a Chargers one. Ashley,
I think that would be a sold-out show. I love you. It's been an honor as always.
It's so fun. We'll be back next Wednesday. We will see you guys later, and we'll play our outro.
We're gonna have a surprise guest. We don't even know.
Take care, everyone. Yay!
Kiki and Ashley. Oh, whoa. Kiki and Ashley. Oh, whoa. Kiki and Ashley. Oh, whoa. Kiki and Ashley. It's the Kiki and Ashley show, and it's so long, it's so pretty, and they're getting paid for this. Kiki and Ashley show, and it's so long, it's so pretty, and they're getting paid for this. And all the dumb boys, they hate it because they're getting paid for this. And all the dumb boys, they hate it because they're getting paid for this. It's the Kiki and Ashley show, and it's all live. They're so pretty, and they're getting paid for this. Kiki and Ashley show, and it's all live. They're so pretty, and they're getting paid for this.